All right, here with Jeremy Moore, coach of the Midland Trail Patriots. Coach, so far, so good, 2-0. You guys have rushed for 253, I think, 253 or 56 yards in 2 games. Obviously, there's a lot of reasons for that, but what do you think the main reason is that your run game's been so prolific?
I think it starts with the guys up front. I think they're finally gelling together, working together. You know, we do a lot of assignment blocking, so it requires a lot of communication. It's not just down, kick out. You know what I mean? So it's those guys have worked together, and then our back's been running exceptionally hard. They've broken a lot of tackles to get extra yards. So just a combination of both of those things.
And one of those backs is Jayden Roop. I looked over his numbers. He had a 204-yard rushing game, his final game of his freshman season. And you had to be saying, good grief, this kid's something special.
Yeah, he's had to battle some injuries and stuff over the time, and I think he's got confidence in what he's doing. He's worked hard. He's gained some good weight in the off season. And then, like I said, you got a senior offensive line in front of you, and then you got Aiden Weiss blocking for you and Max White, and they're running hard too.
Fullbacks, yeah.
Yeah, and then so Roop gets a break, Max comes in, and we don't lose anything with Max. So it's it's a blessing.
One of your linemen told me he missed. So he missed, I think, the first 5 or 6 games his freshman year with a wrist, I think, or with a broken leg. He missed his whole last year. He missed the last 2 games of his junior year. One of your linemen told me we played together so long coming up, them and Jayden, that when he wasn't in there, people would end up arguing because they just felt that certain chemistry with Jayden. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What he meant?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think he's a completely different player this year than he has been in the past, and I think the camaraderie there is there. And I think the linemen see how hard he's running. He sees how hard the lineman's blocking, and I think there's a mutual respect there.
You see him forming into another. Trails always had good linemen. You played against those guys when you were in high school, so you know how good those guys can be.
Yeah.
Is this kind of another in the just the tradition of good Midland Trail lines, which you go back to the Great Wall of Pico, but I mean they had good lines before that as well.
Yeah, I think they're off to a great start. I wouldn't crown them that for sure, but
it takes a certain thing to become that, to earn that moniker.
Just consistency, and I think it's what it is. Like, you just can't pick and choose when you want to fire off the ball. You can't pick and choose when you want to get those yards. And I think those guys have a mentality now that they want to set the tone. I don't think they like throwing the ball either. So I think they've kind of hung their hat and get some pride on being able to hang up 200-300 yards rushing.
There is a lot of tradition in this program, and it's been that way since it opened. But you've done something none of those teams did. You scored 96 points in your first 2 games to open the season. No trail team here has done that. No trail team has given up 13 or less since 2000. I think that year they gave up 9. What do those numbers mean to you? And I know the competition plays into that, but still, nobody had done that in a very tradition-laden program.
Yeah, I'm proud for the kids. I think it's something they can tell their kids one day, 20 years from now. But that's something they should be proud of, and it's been complimentary football. I mean, the defense has got us the ball back in a hurry, and the offense has done the most with it. When they get the opportunities, and it's cool to watch. It's cool to watch both. Everybody be engaged.
And a couple of nights you'll be playing Braxton. What do you know about them? What do you expect in that game?
They're a hard-nosed team. I think they're still pretty young. They were really young last year. Ezra's done a great job with them. Coach Lewis, he's done a great job with those guys. They're going to bring it. We're going to get their best shot. We're going to have to out-physical them, kind of like we do with Poco. That's what they hang their hat on, being physical. We're just going to have to match it and overcome.
You mentioned that most of these guys are the same guys that you've had. You had the success. And I think growing up and being a year older has a lot to do with it. Working hard has a lot to do with it. But is there any intangible in there that's a difference between, other than not, having Jayden back this year, which probably also helps in there? Is there some intangible people maybe not know or don't know that is making that possible?
Like, you're talking about intangible players? Or just in any kind of, yeah. I think it's just their mindset. We're not doing anything different than we didn't do we haven't done, the first 4 years I've been here. It's just, when you bring good attitude and good effort, good things happen. As I tell those guys, that's the two things you can control is attitude and effort. And their attitudes and their effort has been phenomenal this year. And I think that's been the difference.
And Coach, I always appreciate the time. It's always nice to come back to Fayette County. The field looks great. Good luck to you guys on Friday night.
Look forward to seeing you, buddy.